Hello, you guys. What is up? Welcome back. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody is well. If you guys are looking for a personal reading, I have personal readings available in my description box. If they're out of stock, please do email me or message me on Etsy so I can get back to you with a date in which I can provide that reading. So guys, today's pick a card is going to be a predictions for the singles for the rest of the year. All right, so we are going to be covering what is going on for those of you who are single for the entirety of 2023. Are you guys staying single? Are you guys meeting somebody? Is there someone who is piquing your interest? Is someone from the past regurgitating? What is going on for the singles? Before I show you guys the piles, this is just a reminder that tarot is a divination tool. It's an intuitive practice. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Also, you guys, there's nuance to every conversation. It's not my responsibility to go over everything under the sun when we're having conversations in a general reading. So take that as you will. Without further ado, here is a clip of the piles right now.
Alright, you guys, these are the three piles. We have group 1 with Bumblebee Jasper, group 2 with the Amethyst, and group 3 with the Cardoline. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to do that right now. And if you want to pick more than one pile, you guys are always welcome to do so.
Alright, you guys have now picked your pile. Please go and check out my description box. I'll have you guys timestamps for when your reading shall start. And with that, my love, I'll just see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to you guys' reading. If you're looking for a personal reading, baby, I got those available in the description box. If they're out of stock, you can go ahead and message me on Etsy or email me and I'll set you up with something in the future. So also, before we get started, guys, I don't have the dice on me right now. I don't know where they are. I misplaced them. Sorry about it. However, there are zodiac signs that pop up throughout today's reading, and I do find that zodiac signs that pop up in the cards are more prevalent than the dice. So, all right. First card, we've got the 8 of Swords, group 1. So, my single girlies and guys, why are you preventing yourself from finding love? What is preventing you from finding love? And don't say nothing because you're single and you're single for a reason, right? So there's something either that you are physically like putting up blockages for yourself that's stopping you from finding love, or you are mentally blocked. You're mentally not allowing this love to come into your life, okay, you guys? I'm someone who believes personally, like, it's obviously, like, it's not easy to find your perfect person. However, it's not impossible, all right? And the 8 of Swords is just telling me that there's an energy here of stopping yourself or blocking yourself from being able to experience a relationship or a loving connection. Now, this could be due to past trauma. This could be due to perhaps just being fearful of like falling in love. This could be like you have social anxiety, so you don't go out very much. However, like period point blank, if you're a man, if you're a woman and you want to experience love, you can't do that by putting up blockages. You can't do that by preventing yourself from meeting people. And for my feminine energied people out there who are like, I don't want to chase a man or I don't want to chase a person, like whatever, I get that. I'm on the same boat, but you do have to allow for opportunity, okay? So you can't be like, well, I'm not going to chase a guy and then just never put yourself in a position where they have the opportunity to pursue you or they have the opportunity to approach you. So make yourself approachable. Make yourself allow the opportunity to happen. If you're going to hide away in your room, this isn't going to happen. If you're going to make yourself come off in a way that's not approachable, then that it's not going to happen, right? So make yourself approachable, get outside, go socialize with people, go talk to humans. And if there's any mental blockages, I think the mental blockages would be a more significant hurdle to overcome because our mind is so powerful, right, guys? So if you feel like you are nervous or scared or there's again a mental blockage, this needs to be addressed in order for us to then be free to explore in regards to our love life. We have the 4 of Cups. So here's the thing. I see this as a few different things. I see this as people who are not picky, right? It's like I have the ability to deny people. I have the ability or the privilege to reject people. Because the 4 of Cups, it's like, do I want to take this cup? Do I not? Somebody who's desperate, somebody who's thirsty, somebody who has a deep desire for a relationship is not going to just be like, I'm going to jump on this thing because like here it is and I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity again. So for those of you watching this, it is very possible that you're just someone who's not desperate. You're somebody who's not overly craving or desiring a relationship, and that's great and that's fine. And I think being single is such a beautiful thing. So perhaps for you guys, group one, it is time for you just to embrace this time in your life where you are alone and you are single, and just enjoy it. Just have fun and enjoy it. For those of you where you are single and you're wanting a relationship, I'm never going to tell people to lower their standards, because I think that's such a ridiculous thing. Why would you ever want to engage in a relationship with somebody who doesn't want you? Like, that's such a weirdo thing to do, to be like, oh, you aren't attracted to me. Like, that's discrimination, or that's wrong. Like, that's so weird. Like, that's weirdo freaking ish. Like, what? Why would you want somebody who literally does not want you to be with you? That's so weird. The Four of Cups is that energy, though, of like, I don't know if I want this cup. If you don't want the cup, then just don't take the cup, right? I feel like I'm being rather aggressive with this group. There's just so much here that is feeling very much like, again, you guys are almost not putting up walls literally, but it's like you guys are the reason as to why your love life is the place that it is. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you want it to change, then you have to be the change. We have Five of Swords as well, and this is talking about walking away from a lose-lose situation, and this is amazing, this is beautiful. I don't think anybody should be engaging in a lose-lose relationship. I don't think anybody should be engaging in a relationship in which they feel like they are giving more than the other person. I don't think anybody should be in this type of connection. So 100,000,000%, like, this is beautiful, this is amazing. This, I would register, honestly, this entire reading thus far as a time for healing, a time to, like, be by yourself, figure out where you are blocking yourself mentally, emotionally, or physically when it comes to love. And honestly, again, like, with this, I don't really think that people should be taking opportunities with relationships or with people just because they're bored, or just because they're like, oh, I have nothing better to do. Like, if it's not interesting to you, or if it's not something that's getting you excited, if you're lukewarm, then it's a no. I always say this, and people like to argue it, but if it's not a yes, then it's a no. We don't do maybes when it comes to love. People either know that they want you or they don't. And I know there's like this fairy tale of like, well, people can grow to love you, and it's like, I don't think that's real. I really don't. Like, you can learn to love somebody platonically or as a human, yes, but you can't learn, like, you can't manufacture that real, authentic, pure love. Like, that's not something that can be manufactured, so, or developed over time. It's either there or it's not. So with this overall energy, you guys, it is feeling like for the rest of the year, you guys are spending a lot of time alone or working on yourself, healing from past wounds. And that's confirmed here because we do also have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is essentially talking about an energy of being alone and a need to rest, a need to recharge. And I think this is beautiful, and I think this is necessary, especially if you're wanting to have a healthy long-term relationship. You can't have a healthy long-term relationship if you are still struggling with your own past, or with mental health struggles, or with anxiety. Like, you are 50% of a healthy, happy relationship. And if you're not okay, then over 50% of that relationship is not going to be okay, or 50% of that relationship is not going to be okay. And a 50-50 chance of something being healthy isn't, the odds are not in your favor. So this is a time for healing. The rest of the year is a time to face yourself and to face perhaps the things about yourself that make you uncomfortable. A lot of people have difficulties facing the fact that, like, they may not be in the best place, or they may not be giving 100%, or they may not be the most desirable person to engage with. So healing yourself, figuring out again why these blockages are here, or what these blockages are, and how we can remove them, how we can heal from this lose-lose situation and move forward without resentment and without bitterness. We also have the Sun, and the Sun is ultimately talking about success and happiness and radiance. And just based on how everything is set up here, guys, I feel like the key to getting this happy relationship, or this happiness in your life in a general sense, it would be to take a step back and to rest, recharge, and nourish yourself. Okay, that's essentially what I'm getting with the tarot. Sure. Let's go ahead and move on. We have Jupiter return. This is Sagittarius energy, so hello to the Sagittariuses watching. I believe sometimes this is associated with Pisces as well. I think in modern traditional astrology, this is Pisces. So with Jupiter here, guys, essentially the way that I'm seeing this is like, yes, there's luck, there's abundance, there's expansion happening in your love life. I just don't necessarily think that it's in the year 2023. I'm not necessarily getting that vibe. It's more so seeming to me that we're going through this long process of being alone and working on ourselves and really pouring value into our own lives before we get to reap the benefits, right? You don't get to just reap the benefits of Jupiter without doing anything. So, Jupiter, growth and expansion taking place in your love life. I do believe, again, that it's going to be after this process, so after 2023. For those of you who are overachievers, you may be able to experience this before 2023 is up. We also have Uranus, and this is genius, all right? This is change. Uranus brings in radical, significant changes, okay? Uranus is a planet that invokes a lot of chaos. Chaos is ultimately what produces change. Like, without chaos, without a little bit of things being turned upside down, it's very difficult to move forward with change. So again, Group 1, I'm only saying this because I love you. If you want to see significant changes happening in your love life, you have to change. You cannot stay exactly how you are. You cannot keep doing exactly what you're doing and expect things to change. Like, you just cannot. Things are not going to change. You're not going to wake up one day and Prince Charming is going to be at your doorstep with roses and flowers and a horse and carriage. Like, this is just not happening. So if you're wanting to experience change in your love life, if you're wanting to experience something other than what you currently have, then it's time for you to do things differently. You need to get uncomfortable. And I know that's difficult because a lot of people, right, when we're comfortable, we're happy. That's the human nature. However, when you're comfortable, you're also not growing. So patience. All right, you guys. So ultimately with patience here, this is just telling me that you guys, group number 1, you guys need to invoke more patience, especially for those of you who are wanting a more significant long-term relationship. You can't expect it to be someone or something that happens overnight. Also with this, I do want to encourage you guys to, how do I say this without offending people? I oftentimes feel like, and I was like this as well, like when I was 20, 21, I was like, I want to get married and I want to live this life and blah, 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 blah. And honestly, looking back, I'm like, Cenus, you are such a ding dong, because prior to my brain fully developing, if I would have ended up with that person, I would have been quite literally the most miserable human being on planet Earth. It would have not been like what? Like, allow your brain to develop, guys, okay? For those of you who are younger, allow your brain to fully develop before you make a permanent decision such as like marriage, or before you make a permanent decision such as like building a family. Allow your brain to fully come together prior to making life-altering decisions, or do the best that you can. With this Be Patient card, I'm essentially just seeing it as like, take your time. It's okay to be single. It's okay to just enjoy life where it is right now. It's okay to be happy with where you are. It's okay to be happy with just being with you. And the right person, you guys, is going to come at a time in which you are your best and they are their best, okay? And again, the reason why I believe that's the case is because a relationship is 50-50. You're bringing 50% of the energy to the relationship. And if you aren't okay, then 50% of the relationship isn't okay. And that's, again, the odds aren't great with that. We have codependent issues. All right. So I just want to say this, you guys, when we're talking about codependent issues or attachment styles, this is not something that is necessarily your fault. This isn't something that developed because you chose for it to develop this way. However, it is your responsibility to face it. It is your responsibility to deal with it and to heal this, okay? So I will use myself as an example so that nobody feels picked on besides me. Everybody in my life, my mother, my siblings, every relationship I've ever been in, I've always been accused of pushing people away, either emotionally or quite literally like physically pushing them away. Because my attachment style is avoidant attachment. When someone's trying to get close to me, when somebody's trying to love me, I have a tendency to be like, please back up. Like, you're too freaking close. I can't emotionally or physically handle this. And that is due to trauma, okay? Now, is this something that is my fault? No, okay? This is something that developed in me as a child, as a very young child. So it's not my fault that this is how I attach to people or how I try to control my attachment to people. However, it is my responsibility to deal with it, and it is my responsibility to fix it, because it's not fair to the person I'm in a relationship with to just be like, oh, I'm just avoidant and I just avoid people when they're in love with me, and that's just how it is. And don't think that I don't love you, because I do love you, but this is just who I am. Like, that's not fair. That's wrong. So with this, you guys, addressing your attachment style, or even just understanding your attachment style, so that when you are in a relationship, you can be more self-aware in that relationship and understand the type of person that you are, and be able to communicate to your partner the kind of person that you are and how it is that you attach. We have nourish, okay? This is self-growth, self-focused, soul-finding. All right. So over the next X amount of months, guys, group number 1, I think it's really important that you guys are focusing on yourself, and you're focusing on nourishing yourself and growing yourself mentally, emotionally, perhaps even physically, for those of you where that's something you would want to improve upon. But self-nourishment is important, because at the end of the day, the way that you love yourself is the way that other people are going to love you. If you treat yourself like garbage, or you don't think very highly of yourself, you're going to accept people in your life who treat you that way. And this is evident if you look at other people, you guys, and their relationships. You can tell the people who love themselves, the people who appreciate themselves and nourish themselves, versus the people who don't, and look at their relationship. The people who love themselves are oftentimes in relationships in which those relationships are happy and healthy, versus the people who don't think very highly of themselves, who treat themselves poorly, who talk badly about themselves, tend to be in relationships which that is the same thing that is occurring within the relationship. So this is important, because you want to be in a healthy relationship. You want to be in a long-lasting relationship. So you need to first build that relationship with yourself, because the relationship you have with yourself is going to be a reflection of the relationship you have with your future partner. We've got clarity. This is truth, intentions, and honesty. Okay. Okay, so for some of you, right? For some of you, there could be somebody who's like reaching out to you and being really honest about a past relationship you may have had with them. Perhaps they're going to be really honest with you about why the relationship came to an end. And for some of you, this may be hurtful. This may be a difficult pill to swallow. For others of you, it may be very freeing. I know for me, like, I would rather somebody, if they're not going to be with me, if they're going to break up with me, I would rather you tell me why. I would rather you express to me what is wrong or how you're feeling. Like, the truth is very helpful for me in order to completely let go of a situation. So for you guys, group number 1, it's very possible that you are gaining clarity on a past situation. We also have loyalty. This is trusting, reliability, and believing. Okay, I love this. This is so cute. Trusting, reliability, and believing. Again, you got to be loyal to yourself before you can expect somebody else to be loyal to you. I also do feel like for those of you where you have already done this work and you have already gone through this process, it's very possible that you are now reaching this place where you're looking for this loyal companion, where you're looking for this person who can give you unconditional, long-lasting, loyal love. We have patience here. It says patience, decent, self-control. Self-control is so attractive. Like, men who have self-control are quite honestly just so above the rest. Like, they're just love them self-control. But patience is showing up again, you guys. So for some of you, it's extremely important that you are patient moving forward, moving through this stage in your life. Moving forward the rest of the year, it's important that you are exhibiting patience. Because again, I think for most of you, like, this person, you're not going to be getting into a relationship by the end of the year. We also have solitude, and solitude is being alone, right? This is calm down, listen to your inner voice, reduce anxiety. Interesting. We also have reconcile. This is resolving conflicts, letting go of the past, forget the hate. So this is a thing, right? It's so difficult to move forward when there's still wounds from the past, because we're still holding on to that hurt and that pain, and we can carry that into a next relationship. So I do think that it's important for you guys for the rest of the year to really focus on this reconciliation, to really focus on your ability to let go, to experience more peace in your present moments. Some of you, there may be a need to like go back and talk to somebody from your past just so you can have that clarity for yourself. Because me sitting here telling you this, that it's time to move on, it's time to let go, that may not be enough. For some of you, you may literally need this person to look at you or to be on the phone with you and be like, I don't want to be with you. Like, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to work. Some of you need that like absolute confirmation in order to feel better moving forward. So if you feel like you're someone who needs that and you haven't received that, please don't be afraid to ask for clarification on a relationship that may have dissolved, or clarification on even just a situationship that may have dissolved. We have dating, all right? So this is really positive. Obviously, I feel like this is one of the only positive cards in the deck besides the Jupiter benefits. This is representing opportunities to date, opportunities to get to know people, opportunities to go to dinner, go to a movie. I love this, and I think this is beautiful, and I think that perhaps a part of some of your guys' healing process is getting out there and dating and just understanding that like there are good people out there and like I can go out and have fun and enjoy the process of dating. Okay. Also, I do just want to say like dating can be extremely, I don't want to say healing, but it can be a lot of fun. And it doesn't necessarily mean that there has to be attachment placed on the person that we're going on a date with. I feel like I've gone on dates with a few different people over the years, and it's never a situation in which I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like my soulmate. This has to be like the person in which I need to spend the rest of my life with. But I can just enjoy the moment for what it is, enjoy the date for what it is in the present. We also have cycles, and this says fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. All right, so it's very possible that you guys are experiencing this cycle, right? This cycle of ending, the cycle of things perhaps being a bit still in the moment, still for the rest of the year. With every ending, you guys, there is a new beginning. So I hope that that brings some of you some comfort, the fact that moving forward, although there is this ending here, I do believe there is always a new beginning around the corner. I think for a lot of you, it is a matter of just being patient. And the last card we have here is pets, and it says getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. Okay, this is honestly the real win. Group number 1, for those of you who enjoy pets, you guys may be getting a new pet. Maybe you guys are getting a new puppy or a new kitten. Maybe you guys are getting a little, what are those things called? Oh my god. A ferret? Or some of you guys getting a ferret? That's so cute. Okay, or like a little bird. I'm just seeing all these like animals running through my head. Anyways, I love that so much. This is love, okay? I'm not gonna lie, guys. I love this for you, and I feel like pets truly can be healing. I feel like I've had many pets throughout my life that have healed me emotionally and have made me feel more fulfilled, more seen, more loved than most of my partners. So I love this for you guys. And if you have a pet right now, don't be afraid to like lean on your pet. Give your pet a little kiss. Tell them how much you love them. This could be the main source of love that you guys are receiving throughout the year. And for some of you that may sound sad, but again, I think that's really beautiful. The fact that we as humans bring in these little four-legged furry creatures into our homes, and we are like, you're my friend. We can't have a conversation, but we're best friends. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull from the bowl really quick, guys, to see if we can get any more information on this person that you're dating, perhaps more information on the pet. Okay, we have a big smile and a hair. We have a strong nose. We have enchanting. We have Prince Charming. We've got travel far. Some of you guys may be traveling abroad. We have thick lashes. Maybe some of you guys are looking into getting lash extensions or like taking care of your lashes. Maybe that's a part of the self-care. We have science. We have 2 years. We have a body. Maybe some of you guys are wanting to make alterations. We have curiosity. Also, when I say alterations, this does not just have to be physical, right? Your body and the way that you view your body can be like a physical difference has been made, or it could quite literally be like your mindset has changed. So now that you're looking at your body through a different lens. Because everything in life is about perspective, guys. We have LA. Hello to all my little fallen angels. We have 2030. We have 2025. We have a government job. We have 25. We have every rose. And we have E. Never date a man with his first name starting with E. Anyways, guys. Oh, sorry. We have brown hair as well. All my brown haired girlies and boys, love you guys the most. Okay, guys, that is what I have for you, group number 1. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you. Again, if you are wanting more information, personal readings are in the description box. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you. I love you, and that's all I got. So, bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. If you are looking for a more personalized reading, I have those available in the description box that will link you to my Etsy shop. If they're out of stock, you guys can message me on Etsy, or you can email me and I'll set something up with you in the future. Also, I don't know where I put the dice. I misplaced them. I'm going to be on a hunt for them later today, but I can't find them as of right now. So I'm sorry, you're just going to have to be happy with the zodiac signs that pop up in the cards. So, first things first, group, ooh, not me moving the table. First things first, group number 2, we have the 9 of Cups. So what is the 9 of Cups representing when we are talking about singles and like what's happening? As you guys can see here, this beautiful little princess is sitting on a tree and she is making a wish on a, what is this? A dandelion? She's making a wish on a little dandelion, right? So essentially this is oftentimes referred to as the card that is in connection to wish fulfillment, being happy, being content, being satisfied, okay? So the way that I like to see this, it's satisfaction, right? So you guys are going to be satisfied in your romantic life. I'm not so certain on the time period. For some of you, it's going to happen really quickly. Like, it's very possible that you are currently speaking to somebody who's going to turn out to be a significant partner in your life. For others of you, you may be single, but you may be meeting somebody relatively soon. The reason why I am saying that is because we have the 8 of Wands smack dab it's not really in the middle, but like in the reading, and this is representing momentum forward and things developing really quickly. And I feel like I hardly ever get this message of like you're meeting someone super soon, but I do feel like for this group specifically, you guys are meeting somebody rather soon. For others of you, it may take a bit of time because we do have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is literally talking about a romantic offer rolling in. It is oftentimes a romantic offer that's coming in a bit slow. Now, I'm not necessarily seeing this slowness as this person taking the rest of the year to come into your life, but I am seeing this as like once you two do meet, the relationship itself may develop in a more practical, like we're building a friendship prior to us like getting hot and nasty, okay? So that may be what this is referencing, but overall, group number 2, this is talking about a romantic offer coming into your life. This is somebody who's wearing their heart on their sleeve, somebody who wants to offer you a representation of love and affection. And again, for some of you watching this, I do think that this is going to develop as like we are friends, or maybe we're like friends but like a little flirty, trying to get to know each other. When I talk about things moving slowly, group number 2, and I mean this for literally every single reading that I'm referencing, I'm almost never talking about things moving slow in an emotional manner or in a like let me get to know this person in a slow manner. I'm almost always talking about it in regards to the physical, because I don't think that you necessarily need to develop a relationship slowly or need to develop getting to know somebody in a slow manner or in an emotional manner. But I do think that when we add a physical connection into that, it's not that it does shift the dynamics between the two people. So when I'm talking about things moving slow, again, I'm not talking about emotionally, but I am talking about physically. So I do see you guys, again, getting this romantic offer, but I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to be pursuing it in a way where it's like, okay, let's take this slow. Let's get to know each other. Let's build a friendship. Let's build a foundation. I do believe you and this person are going to be super clear about what it is that you want from one another. And I think that very early on in this connection, you guys are going to prioritize each other. I don't think this prioritizing is going from one person to another. I think it's equal, like you both are prioritizing one another. The Seven of Swords talks about a need to prioritize. Sometimes this is seen as like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I feel like a fraudulent little frog. However, for you guys, group number 2, I'm more so seeing this in a manner of you two prioritizing one another. And the reason why I'm ultimately, and I know I'm skipping around in this reading, but the reason why I'm ultimately seeing it that way is because we have this 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups is talking about building a family with somebody. And I just want to make it super clear, you guys, I'm not a ding dong, okay? I'm not living in the 1819, I'm going to say the 1819s. I'm not living in the 1800s, okay? I'm very well aware of what year it is. If you want to have a family with somebody, I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing. If you want to get married to somebody and not have children, I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing. If you just want to have pets, I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing. Again, nuance. But this is representing a family. This is representing coming together with your soulmate, with your person, with your life partner, and saying, I want to do life with you. And for the majority of you, I am seeing this as you getting married to this person, potentially having children with them, either in the near future or later on. But this is a family life. So again, I feel like I hardly ever have this message come through where it feels like within this year you are meeting your life partner. But I feel like for those of you who picked pile number 2, and if this was the pile that you were, if this is the only pile that you were drawn to, and this is the first pile that you were drawn to specifically, I feel like for a lot of you who picked this pile, you know who I'm talking about, and you guys may not be fully in a relationship right now. You guys may not be 100%. Maybe the relationship's new even, and I know this is like predictions for the singles, but some of you who picked this or who are watching this, you are either freshly in this relationship, you know this person, and you can feel the emotions developing. You know this person's different, and you're looking for confirmation that this is your person. This is your sign. For those people who are watching, this is your person, okay? Your intuition's right. You can calm down. You don't gotta be all stressed and anxious. For those of you who are single, again, I do see this person coming in by the end of the year, but I think it may just develop in a way that's more, we're friends. We're not just, again, getting hot and nasty right off the jump. So now, to describe these two people, ultimately, you guys, if I'm looking at these two cards as a whole, I would describe this couple as opposites attracting, okay? Now, personally, for me, I see opposites attracting as a difficult relationship to sustain. I know a lot of people are going to disagree. That's fine. I just think if you want to be with somebody long term, it makes more sense to have the same morals, same ethics, similar interests, because you're going to be spending the rest of your life with this person. So this makes more sense. However, with this particular energy, I'm seeing this as opposites attracting in a way that's complementary to one another. So, first person, and I don't really care if this is a man or a woman. It doesn't make a gosh dang difference to me. But this energy right here is feminine energy. It's nurturing energy. It's loving, gentle, kind, nourishing energy. It's creative energy. It's intuitive energy, okay? The Queen of Cups, at least the way that her energy presents to me, she is one of the most feminine queens in the deck. She is very stereotypically like exhibiting a lot of feminine features, a lot of womanly features. I see her as somebody who is, again, sweet and kind, more soft-spoken, more gentle with her mannerisms. And again, somebody who's extremely intuitive and extremely emotionally connected. Now, the King of Swords. He is quite literally the opposite of that. Now, if this was like roles reversed and it was like the queen and then the king was like more emotional, I would say that this would again be more so concerning. But when it's the feminine energy is like being soft and dainty and more delicate, and the masculine energy is presenting in a more abrasive manner, that's not necessarily unheard of, right, guys? Like, that is very stereotypical. So with the King of Swords, he is representing, again, masculine energy, somebody who is a bit abrasive with the way that they communicate, somebody who's blunt and honest, somebody who's extremely logical. The King of Swords is not going to make decisions based on what his heart's telling him. He's going to make decisions that make sense, okay? He's very logical. He's almost a little cynical, okay? And practical, ultimately. So again, I'm not someone who necessarily believes that opposites attracting can be healthy and long lasting, but when it's in this dynamic where it's like one person, and again, it's because this is very stereotypical, where one person is more emotionally aware, more emotionally connected, and the other person's more logical. I think that's creating opposites attracting, but in a way that's balanced and necessary. Because if you're with somebody who's also like very emotional and their head is in the clouds, that's going to create instability in your life, right? You need somebody who can be an anchor. And then if you're just this person and you're abrasive and mean and like a little cynical, like your life is going to be sad because you don't have anybody to bring that emotional side out of you. So I am seeing this as opposites attracting, but in the best way possible and not in a way where it seems incompatible. Okay. We also have the 5th house of creativity. So the 5th house, interesting. The 5th house is about creativity. So it's very possible that you and this person are going to have creative interest. And when I say creative interest, the way that I would interpret this essentially would be like two people who have the same like movie taste or the same like artistic style, two people who perhaps are drawn to similar like foods and scenes and A, B, and C, right? And I do think that this is a important factor in a relationship. If you are with somebody who doesn't like the same food as you, how are you guys going to eat together? Like, that's a big part of a relationship. If you guys have different aesthetics or different taste in decor, how are you guys going to live harmoniously in a house together? If you guys have different taste in movies or artwork, how are you going to enjoy a movie together or enjoy art together? Like, you know, so I'm seeing this as like you guys being very similar when it comes to things that are more artistic. I'm also, because this also does talk about dating, you guys, so I would see this as the passion being able to maintain its ignition throughout the relationship. And again, children pops up with the 5th house as well, guys. So I know not all of you want children, and that's so valid. I'm not trying to convince you to have children. Tie your tubes for all I care. I don't give a dang. But for those of you who you do want children, I would see this as you and this person having a very high likelihood of having or creating children together. We have the 3rd house. Okay, now the 3rd house is the house of communication. This is also the house of perception, which obviously everything in this world is perception. The way that you perceive me is not the way that my best friend perceives me. The way that I perceive my best friend is not the way that her mother perceives her, right? So everything in life is about perception. The way that we experience the world is all about perception. I do believe that the way you two are going to view each other in regards to the way you perceive this person and the way this person perceives you, I think it's going to be very much complementary of each other and very much in alignment with one another. I also oftentimes do view this as a couple who has very good communication skills, which is probably one of the most important things in a relationship, is being able to communicate effectively with your partner. And at times, you guys, if we're talking about how the two of you meet, I would see this as online. I know there's a lot of people who have a lot of negative things to say about meeting people online. Live your life. Again, I really could give a less dang how you choose to go about your dating life. However, the 3rd house is about communication and the internet is connected to communication. So, also the 3rd house is connected to Gemini. So, you know, communication. The internet. We have a giving and receiving. So see, guys, opposites attracting, the blue and the pink. It's feeling very feminine and masculine, okay? There's a balance of feminine and masculine energy within this relationship, which I do believe personally that these, at least for myself and for the majority of people that I know, this is the only way to have like a healthy, happy relationship, is to have this balance of both feminine and masculine. And I'm not just saying this for hetero couples that I know, I'm also saying this for people who are in the LGBTQ that I know. All the couples, masculine, feminine, very distinctly, okay? I think it's important to have this energy flowing between the two people just because, again, it does help create more balance and harmony. This is obviously not always the case. Again, nuance. But the giving and receiving, I don't think this is a one-sided relationship where one person is more invested than the other, or where even I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because it's going to get me in trouble. So I'm just going to, anyways, equal give and take. We love that. We also have adult compatibility, which obviously, again, is an important part of a relationship. I think it's very difficult to maintain a romantic relationship without this unless both partners are, what is the word I'm looking for? Smexual. So that's, I think, the only way that this is not important in a relationship. However, this, I think, is also important because there is two different cards here that's referencing potential family and creating life together. So love that. All right. I wish this for everybody who has a desire for it. We have peace. Oh my God, this piece says balance, harmony, and friendship. Balance, harmony, and friendship. Oh my gosh. Okay, so again, there's peace in this relationship. And the reason why I think there's peace in this relationship, you guys, is because there is that balance between the masculine and the feminine. There is a really nice back and forth. There is a really nice, it doesn't feel like one, you know what it is? And again, I'll just speak from my own experience. I have been in a relationship where I have had to take on the masculine role in the relationship and I hated it and I was miserable and I felt like just the most miserable, versus now being in a relationship in which I get to just be myself and I get to just be soft and dainty and I get to be the receiver. I feel a lot less stressed. I'm so much more happy. And I feel like essentially in every relationship, we need that balance of the masculine and the feminine. And here with the peace, we have the balance, we have the harmony, and we have that friendship, right? And again, going back to what I was saying about this relationship potentially developing in a manner that is more slow, I do believe that that is a really important foundational aspect of a relationship, that you can look at your partner as a friend, somebody who you respect, somebody who you admire, somebody who you would want to hang out with even if you guys weren't doing the do, you know? We have possibilities, and this is free-spirited adventure and risks. So I do think, now I have to be super realistic because this is a group reading, guys. Not all of you are going to marry this person and live happily ever after. All of you have the potential for that, though. I don't know how you're going to choose to go about this relationship. I don't know how they're going to choose to go about this relationship. The starting point of this relationship, though, has so much potential for it to be a happily ever after, has so much potential for it to be the end game, right? So this makes me excited because it tells me again that there is possibility here. I also feel like for some of you, it's going to require a bit of a risk, a bit of a stepping out of one's comfort zone, which I do think this is the case for the majority of people. Like anything, and I'm not talking about just with love, but if you are wanting to go after anything in life that's worth it, oftentimes it does require a little bit of a risk. We have ecstasy. And this is chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time, which I do think, again, guys, going back to the smexual compatibility, I think that this is very important in all relationships that are not asexual. So ecstasy, chasing thrills, keeping the relationship fresh and spicy. We have an open heart, okay? And this is receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. Okay, group 2. I haven't done group 3 yet, so I honestly don't know, like, if you guys have the best group yet. But this seems to me very much like the people who picked group 2, you guys are meeting, I don't want to say your soulmate because there's no card here that's saying soulmate, but you are meeting somebody who seems to have the potential of being your life partner in the year 2023. So that's exciting, right? And again, it may not develop into a full-blown committed relationship this year, but I do think that for a lot of you it will. We have Romeo as well, and this is idealistic lover, passion, rashness, quickly changing moods. All right, quickly changing moods. Interesting. So you may view this person as an idealistic lover, as your idealistic lover. Now, how do we describe an idealistic lover? That's going to depend on the individual. Who is ideal to me is not going to be ideal to you, and vice versa. Okay, this is really just very dependent on the individual. We have wooing here, and this says seek, search, encounter, and chase. I did not just do that. Okay, it landed on my feet. Okay, we're good. So, wooing. Love this the most. This is essentially talking about, again, I would say, just because stereotypically, and again, there's nuance to every conversation, but with most people, the masculine energied person is the one who's doing the chasing, doing the seeking, doing the wooing. If you are somebody who identifies as more feminine, or you have more feminine, a more feminine personality, I would see this as like you needing to prepare for this person, or know that this is going to be your person because they are making an effort, they are wooing you, they're trying to impress you. So we have abundance as well. So for some of you, this could be an indication of a significant financial upgrade, either via this person or via the relationship in some way, shape, or form. However, you guys, the main message I get with this is us feeling extremely lucky. Now, here's the thing, right? I've been listening to a lot of people have a back and forth about like people being average, or like the value of a person. The value of a person is really dependent on an individual. Like, again, everything is about perception. Everything is about the way that we view something. Our perceptions are all so incredibly different, but you are going to view this person as valuable. You are going to view this relationship as a treasure, okay? So that is really, I think, heartwarming and sweet and beautiful, and it makes me very happy for you guys. We have chivalry, which, a respectful man, a man who opens the door for me, is just, okay, perfect, beautiful, amazing. A man who opens the door, a man who brings me flowers. I feel like I don't know, when I hear people go, oh, I've never received flowers before, I'm like, that is so sad. That makes me so upset, and I want to buy you flowers, because like everybody deserves to have flowers bought for them. Chivalry is respect, it's kindness, it's being thoughtful, it's being generous within your means, right? Anybody can be chivalrous, but I think this is specifically, again, talking about the masculine energy in this connection, showing the fact that they care, showing the fact that they want to pursue the relationship, and they're serious about pursuing the relationship in a respectful manner, in a kind manner. And right, men who don't, and I shouldn't speak for all men, but masculine energies who don't exhibit this type of behavior, I think it really just comes down to the fact that they are not, like, they're not your person, right? Anybody who is looking at somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, you are my dream man, or you're my dream woman, everybody's going to exhibit this behavior. Again, whether you're a man or a woman, everybody's going to exhibit this behavior of kindness, respect, being sweet and thoughtful, if you are with somebody, or if you're pursuing somebody who is your quote unquote dream person. And I feel like within this relationship, that is something that's taking place. It feels like both parties are very invested. Now we have manifest, and it says, tell the universe exactly what you want. All right, so a lot of you are manifesting this person into existence. If you have not manifested, you guys, please do start manifesting, okay? I'm not gonna encourage anybody to do any type of ritualistic work. However, personally for me, manifesting has never been, it's not that manifesting is not my vibe, but I much prefer a good old ritual to like scripting or something like that, which is why I feel like, never mind. The point is, get on the train, guys. Get on the train. If you're not manifesting them, start manifesting now. If you are manifesting them, you guys, expect this person. We have pregnancy. Someone is expecting. Again, I do believe for this particular group, it's very likely that you guys are going to end up building a family with this person. And again, not for all of you, right? Some of you just want to have pets, and I love that for you. And I think having pets is the equivalent of having a child and having like a family. So regardless of how you choose to build this family, I do believe the majority of you, you are meeting the person in which is going to be your life partner, the person who you want to build a family with, no matter what kind of family that is. Now, overall, group number 2, the singles, again, you've either very recently met this person, you really started dating this person, and you're looking for confirmation. This is your confirmation. This is your life partner. For those of you who are single, I do believe this person's coming into your life very quickly. I believe for those of you who are feminine energied people, people who identify with being a feminine, this person's going to pursue you. This person's going to put in effort, okay? This person's not going to be in the backgrounds, in the shadows, like, oh, I'm not like, you know, the masculine energied person is going to do the pursuing. And if you are the masculine energied person who is here, prepare to meet the feminine who you are excited for, the person who's going to inspire you to pursue, to be chivalrous, to be kind, to show that you are interested. Because I think that this particular setup, you guys, it takes a particular, like, it takes a certain person to bring this out of you, right? So that is that. Ultimately, I feel like you guys are meeting your person by the end of the year. And if you're not fully in a relationship with this person by the end of the year, I do believe this relationship is going to at least start to blossom by the end of this year. The friendship, at the very least. Can I get a message for group 2? I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have mid-30s, okay? So obviously keep this age appropriate, you guys. And the reason why I say that is for a multitude of reasons, but also I believe that we can connect to people who are closer to our age group, based on like relatability and things like that. So keep that age appropriate, mid-30s. We have, what? Calling and texting. I thought it said calling and treat. I was like, what? We have 28 years old. All right, so again, keep that age appropriate. Perhaps you watching, you're 38, you're 28, and it would make sense then for you to be with somebody who's in their mid-30s. We have August. August could be a significant month. We just passed the month of August. Perhaps you guys met them in August. Maybe their birthday's in August. Maybe your birthday's in August. We have unusual work. Perhaps this person has unusual work or work that you are interested in. Like when they talk about work, you may be very interested in hearing more about it. We have nerdy/quirky, which I personally think, I put this in here and someone was like, that is so rude that you're calling people. Honestly, no. I love nerds. If you're not a nerd, like get out my face. Like who are you? I'm not interested in anything other than nerds. So that's a compliment. We have fireworks. We have not at first, but with time. We have a smooth complexion. We have curly hair. This could also just be there is a bit more of a wave in their hair. We have low key, so perhaps somebody who is more private or low key. We've got a king. All right, we've got a king. We have piercing. This could be like they have a physical piercing. It could also be that their eyes are very piercing. We have Sagittarius. Hello, Saggy. Love you so much. You're beautiful. We have Tokyo. Hello to everybody who may be watching from Tokyo. I love you guys. We have tall. We have clever. Somebody who's intelligent. We have chest. And we have a strong nose. Oops, and the number 3. So, and A. So, group number 2. That is what I have for you guys. Ultimately, what is the answer? I do believe you, group 2, you guys are going to be ending up in a relationship by the end of the year. If you're not full blown in a relationship, I do believe this person's at least going to be in your life and you guys are going to be working on building this friendship. The way you're going to know this person is the person is because they are going to be respectful, kind, sweet. They're going to be generous and thoughtful. They are going to show up and make sure that you understand that they want you. And I also believe for a lot of you, this has the possibility, the potential to be your life partner, and you may even choose or have a desire to start a family with this person. So that's what I have for you guys. Group number 2. Thank you guys. I love you so much. I'm sending you hugs and kisses. That's all I got. So, bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your guys' reading. If you are looking for a personal reading, my love, those are in the description box. If they're out of stock, you can always go ahead and message me on Etsy or you can email me and I'll set something up for you in the future. Guys, I don't know where the dice are. Okay, I don't know where they are. I'm going to look for them after I'm done with this reading. We're not doing the dice today. Sorry. Moving forward, your first card, group number 3, is the 6 of Swords. I love this card because this card to me is registering the fact that like your love life is taking a turn, okay? And maybe for you guys, you're not going to love this the most, but it gives me very much like main character energy. It gives me like you are the main character in a movie plot and you're about to go on a journey and stuff may hit the fan, but it's going to be fun, and the end result seems positive, so I'm excited. So here's the thing. Some of you guys are moving to new cities. Some of you guys are moving out of state. Some of you guys are moving to different countries. Some of you guys are pursuing education that is not local to you. So I feel like for those of you who picked this group, you are either physically moving or you are going to be going or undergoing a significant transformation or change in your life. Okay, now this doesn't have to be a physical move. You don't got to pack your bags and be like, I'm going to wherever. But there is going to be either an internal or external shift taking place in your life that is going to alter the path in regards to you meeting a person, a romantic partner, if you will, okay? Now, again, for a lot of you, I do feel like it's an external change, an external shift, but it could also be an internal shift. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like for a lot of you, and I mean this with peace and love, I feel like for a lot of you, your previous relationships, your previous encounters with love were quite frankly just garbage, like trash, awful, caca, okay, not great. This is representing a level up, okay? So it's quite literally impossible for me to see it any other way, because for there to be a transformation taking place, a need for change happening in your love life, and then you're leveling up via that change, via that either, again, internal or external shift, it's telling me that your past wasn't giving what it needed to give, okay? Or your current circumstances aren't giving what it needs to give in order for you to experience this level up. We also have the Page of Wands here, and the Page of Wands, you guys, is quite literally talking about an energy. I oftentimes see this as the person who chooses to be like, you know what? I'm not happy. I'm not happy with my daily habits. I'm not happy with where I'm at mentally, emotionally. I'm not happy with where I'm at physically, and I need to get up off my butt and go do something about it and make a freaking shift, because I'm not going to live the rest of my life going, whoa, whoa, poor is me, or woe is me. Why is my life not like everybody else's? Why am I not happy? Your life's not happy because you're not getting up. You're not getting up and you're not going out there and getting what you want. This card is the card of getting up and going to make the shift to create the life that you want to create. I oftentimes associate this with like this is going to sound so silly, but like stepping into your alter ego, becoming your alter ego, stepping into your quote unquote dream woman or dream man and working every day to become that person. This also talks about a spiritual shift. I do believe that our spiritual selves are obviously like the foundation to who it is that we are as little humans. So some of you may also be experiencing a spiritual shift or a spiritual, I don't want to say spiritual awakening because that sounds very, like a stereotypical tarot reader, but perhaps a spiritual upgrade of some sort may be taking place in your life as well. We also have the Lovers here, and the Lovers is talking obviously about two lovers coming together, joining in union, embracing one another. This also talks about choosing a path that is in alignment with your highest good. I'm sorry, I've got like a hair on my nose and it's creating such a tickle. But yeah, this is talking about two lovers coming together, joining in union, but this is also talking about you guys like choosing a path for what's best for you. So again, for a lot of you, if you have recently gotten accepted to go abroad and study and you're scared about it, please don't be. This is what's best for you. Go freaking do it. Go live life. This is the life. I was going to be like, you only live once. I don't believe we only live once, so it's difficult for me to say that. But you're living right now for a reason. So go out there and go live. I feel like for some of you, there are opportunities that are coming your way that you feel like you're not qualified to take, or you feel scared to take, or you feel like, oh, well, I'm like stuck in this mindset of like, this is the way my life is supposed to go. And if it doesn't go that exact way, I'm going to ignore all the other opportunities, all the other offers. And that's such a ding dong thing to do. Wake up, live life in the moment, take the opportunities that are being presented to you, because ultimately I think that's what's going to be best for you. And not only that, but I think that's what's leading you to love. Now, it may also be very possible, you guys, that your person may also be faced with these challenges or these opportunities that they need to learn how to step into. So there's that. Now we also have got the Two of Cups. So out of all of the readings today, you guys have gotten a lot of representation of experiencing love, experiencing perhaps even like a soulmate connection. Now, I feel very hesitant to call this person your soulmate because there's nothing, I need like more than just these two cards to feel confident in saying this person's your soulmate. However, I do believe this person may feel like a soulmate. This person may feel very connected to yourself. This person may feel like, oh my gosh, I was meant to meet you. And when you look at your life, when you take a step back, you may notice how if I didn't do this exact thing at this exact time, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't be where I am right now. So there's an aspect of fate that is coming up with this as well. But I think the overall message with this is like you guys are meeting somebody, I do believe, by the end of the year. And if it's not by the end of the year, then it's at the time in which you're taking this opportunity or this opportunity is presenting itself to you. Now, for those of you where you're like not doing anything with your life and I'm not saying that in a shady way, but you're not doing anything or you feel very stuck and stagnant in life right now, I don't believe you're going to be meeting this person until there's momentum happening outside of just your romantic life. Like I feel like you're meeting this person through momentum taking place, either with your education, with your work, or with your physical location, okay? And the main reason why I feel that way is because we have this Ace of Wands. This is representing spring, so it's very possible for a lot of you you're meeting this person during the springtime. But it's also possible, again, that you are meeting this person through the means of making this massive shift. And again, if this massive shift, if you know what shift I'm talking about and the opportunity has presented and you're like, yes, I'm going to be moving to Florence in June of next year, or I'm going to be moving to the south of France in January. Like, obviously, then I don't think that this romantic opportunity is coming until that time period. Here's what I'm trying to say. The romantic offer that I see happening in your guys' life, group 3, isn't necessarily tied to time. It's tied to opportunity and a shift, okay? And for some of you, that shift may be taking place at the end of the year, and for others of you, it's not. But it's tied to opportunities and shifting, okay? A massive shift. This isn't like a little baby shift. This isn't like my favorite color is purple and now it's pink. Like, no, this is a massive shift, okay? This is a really significant life-altering shift. And I feel like it's tied to you meeting this person. We've also got the moon, which is the soul. And I was saying this, I feel like for you guys, group number 3, you're feeling very much like there's a soul connection here with this person. Now, I'm someone who believes that you can have soul connections with people who are not physically in your life, but you can also have soul connections with people who are not romantic, okay? Now, I don't believe you can have a romantic connection, obviously, with somebody where it's one-sided. That's not a romantic connection. It's just not. How do I explain this? I need to give you guys an example. Shh. Okay, for example, hold on. Okay, perfect. For example, you guys, my very early childhood, I had always been drawn to New York. Always. And I know that's like, oh my gosh, Cenus, like so many people are drawn to New York, like so like it's, you know, blah blah blah, one of the most major cities in the world. Yeah, I get it. But I felt like deep in my soul, before I even was able to conceptualize like what New York was, or like the idea of it, or even where it was on a freaking map. Like I mean like really, really little. I always felt this soul connection to New York. Now New York is a physical location, you guys. New York does not have feelings for me. New York is not like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with Cenus and like Cenus needs to come be with me. But I have always felt an internal pull to this city, to the state, and I ended up, you know, moving here. So what I'm trying to say is, you guys, you may have this soul pull or this soul like calling to go do something or to go be somewhere or to go pursue something. And this may be for the reason of you are, yes, like you are meant to do things in this location, or you're meant to pursue this certain career path for a reason beyond just that reason of being in that location or pursuing that career, right? So I feel like the soul is involved in this. That is what I'm trying to communicate, you guys. And it's beyond just like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with you and our souls are connected. It's beyond that. It could even be, okay, it could even be because there is somebody who you are meant to help or somebody who you are meant to meet via this relationship. It could be for some of you that you are meant to create a child with this person, and perhaps that's why your soul is calling you again to move to this particular location or move career paths, right? Because it's playing a role in the grand scheme of things in regards to calling you to something outside of just the basic, like what we're seeing in front of us right now. We have Libra here, and this is balance, okay? Libra is connected to the 7th house. The 7th house is all about relationships and romance and marriage, our soulmate, right? So Libra is here. This is balance, this is fairness. This is oftentimes associated with being very much like the middleman or a mediator of sorts. Also, I'm so sorry, the moon is connected to Cancer. And before I started shuffling for this reading, you guys, Cancer kept showing up like over and over, and I was like, oh my gosh, why can I not get Cancer like out of my brain? So I just wanted to mention that. And then we also have Gemini here with the lovers. So we have play more. Okay, so perhaps the more you are invoking a sense of fun and playfulness, you are becoming more attractive. I think this is the case with everybody, right? Nobody likes a Debbie Downer. Nobody's attracted to a moody little brat. Like, nobody wants that, okay? We are attracted to people who are fun and who we can have fun with, and I feel like exhibiting this energy is so incredibly attractive. But I think that this is going deeper, and I think this is representing, again, your soul being called towards something that is invoking an energy of enjoyment and happiness. Because play more, right? When we're playing, we're having more fun. So we're exhibiting more happiness. We have curious about you. All right, so I'm seeing this relationship blossoming, obviously starting out as like two people being curious about each other, two people having a desire to get to know each other on a deeper, perhaps more profound level. We have just for you as well, which is so cute. I essentially am just registering this as this person being just for you, or showing interest in just you, or making it very clear that they are only interested in pursuing and getting to know you. It could also be, you guys, right, because we do have the lovers and because we do have the soulmate cards here, it could be very much that it's like you feel like this person was made just for you. I have felt this maybe twice in my whole life, maybe twice. I'm being very generous with the second one. But I think that this is something that is very much a signifier for us and our souls and our bodies that like, okay, I am meant to be with this person, or I'm meant to experience this relationship in some way, shape, or form, because like me and this person have too much in common, or there's too much of an unexplainable magnetic connection here, right? We have beginnings. This is try again, new direction, start over. So again, you guys, I want to make it super clear for you guys, group 3, and I know the title says what it says. However, like, that's not what the message is today, and I'm not going to give you guys, I'm not going to be like, you're meeting this person by the end of the year, because I just don't think that I don't think time itself is relevant to when you're meeting this person. I think the opportunity and the gumption to take the opportunity is tied to you meeting this person. We have fantasy. This is daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. I love this, okay? I live for the daydreaming, the fantasizing, okay? I'm all about this. I believe personally that you guys, upon meeting this person, you're going to, and I don't know if this is common for you guys, but I feel like you guys are going to be very much daydreaming about the future that you want to have with this person. So very early on, like, I'm gonna marry him, or I'm gonna have his babies. I'm going to, oh my God, stop. Okay, something dirty just popped into my mind. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot say that on the internet for free, so not gonna do that. I want to A, B, and C to this person. I'm imagining myself A, B, and C'ing, okay? We have divine masculine. That made me embarrassed. Okay, divine masculine, yang, masculine energy. We love. Shout out to all the men watching. Honestly, the majority of the men who watch me, I feel like, are so kind and so respectful. So shout out to you guys who are always so sweet in my comment section and respectful and kind. I love you guys literally so much. I appreciate you guys so much. And I love the girlies, but shout out to the masculines watching. We have commitment, and this is marriage, promises, and fidelity. All right, we love a marriage. We love a faithful relationship. I do think ultimately for this group, the person I'm talking about today is the person that you are going to, if not marriage, but you're going to be very deeply committed to them. It could very well lead to marriage. It could very well lead to a husband and wife situation, a wife and wife, a husband and husband situation, but commitment is prevalent here. Okay. We have inner peace. Oh, this makes me so happy. Group number freaking 3. Okay, so with inner peace, right, the way that I'm seeing this, have you guys ever seen those memes where it's like, oh, how I sleep knowing that I'm single and I don't have to worry about like being cheated on by no man? I see this as like in being in this relationship again, regardless of who it is. I'm seeing this as you having this inner peace. There's a lack of anxiety here. There's a lack of worrying. You, again, it seems very much like your soul's connected to this person in a way that's bigger than just the relationship. And I do feel like there's this sense or this energy of peace surrounding you and this person. Now, I'm not necessarily seeing this as you guys are jumping into commitment super quickly, but I also don't think it's going to be taking an extraordinary long time for you guys to decide to commit to each other. We've got commitment again, which I'm obviously just seeing this as the marriage, the commitment that has already come through earlier with the commitment, right? So we've got step forward, accelerate, bring forward, make progress. Now, again, guys, I want to make it super clear, regardless of what the title is today, I don't think that this group, you meeting this person, you experiencing this commitment, you having this new beginning, it's not tied to 2023. It's tied to you taking steps forward. It's tied to you accelerating. Okay, that is what you meeting this person is tied to. So whenever that's taking place in your life, that is when this person, or that's the timeline in which you are meeting this person. Okay. New beginnings, we can also write, if we want to, we can look at that as quite literally like the new year. We could also look at that as spring, but I feel like, again, it's more tied to you accepting or taking opportunities that are being presented, or even pursuing opportunities. Because some of you, you may not just have opportunities being served to you on a silver platter, but pursuing opportunities. We have appointment. This is engagement in a marriage proposal. You guys are getting married. Group 3, you guys are getting married. I said in the last group I didn't feel confident. If you guys picked 2 and 3, you guys picked good ones. I feel like it's very possible for this group that, again, you see this person as your future spouse. You see this person as the person you want to spend the rest of your freaking life with. Also, what is engagement? What is marriage? At the end of the day, it's a promise. I am promising to commit myself to you. I am promising to treat you with love, kindness, and respect. I am promising to stay faithful to you. Again, marriage is something that's important to me. The idea that somebody is willing to legally tie themselves to me, that is an important symbolic representation of love to me, but I know that's not important for everybody. But regardless, you guys, this is a promise. This relationship involves a promise in some way, shape, or form to commit to one another. We have romantic feelings. It says your feelings are real and worth exploring. That's so... Hi, Thackeray. Okay, we love this. So essentially, yes, there may be some hesitancy in the beginning of this relationship in regards to like, oh, do they really like me? Do they not? I feel like this is oftentimes the case in any relationship in which we are really invested in the other person, right? If you're not invested in the other person, you're not going to worry if they have feelings for you. You're going to be like, I don't really care. But with romantic feelings and this saying, yes, your feelings are real and worth exploring, it's telling me that you are going to feel very much like, do they like me? Or is it just in my head? Is this just something that I'm making up? We have a past life relationship. You have known each other before. Okay, so it makes sense that the soul is something that was prevalent in this reading, because obviously I do believe that past life relationships, if you're looking for your soulmate, I do believe that it's tied to past life relationships. I don't think that we can have soulmates and it's like a new soul and that a soul we've never encountered before. Like, I think I don't know if this is literally the definition of soulmates, but my understanding spiritually, if you are looking for a soulmate, you're essentially saying, I'm looking for a soul that I've encountered and loved very deeply in a previous lifetime. I'm looking for my soulmate. So, which is, never mind. I don't need to share that. Okay. We have patience. Just a few more months. Oh my God, guys. Okay. I'm excited. Just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. Which is so true. Good things do come to those who wait. For those of you who are impatient, you better get over it. You better figure out how to stop being impatient, because patience is a virtue. Okay, patience is such a beautiful skill set to have in all areas of life, but especially when we're talking about love, because if you're not patient, you're going to settle for just whatever the frick. And if you get whatever the frick, then guess what? Not only are you preventing yourself from meeting your soulmate, but you're holding up somebody else's soulmate. So be patient and don't get impatient. Don't get impatient when it comes to waiting or looking for this person, okay? Good things come to those who wait. We have water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Hello, my water babies, my water friends. I love us so much. I think so highly of the water signs. I think so highly of all the signs, but like the water sign specifically, obviously I have so much water in my chart. So hi guys, love you the most. We have let go. Make room for new beginnings. It's on its way to you now. Literally make room for new beginnings, guys. Be open to this. Last card. We have open your heart. Open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys a story really quick. You don't have to listen to this if you don't want to. I am going to pull from the bowl in just a second. But a few years ago, I went and I had my aura read, and I think I also had my chakras like examined or something like that. Anyways, root chakra, strong. Throat chakra, strong. Third eye, crown, perfect. Heart, my heart was so closed. And I remember as the shaman was telling me this, I started busting out into tears. I could not even help it. I was just bawling my eyes out because I knew that he was right. And I was like, wow, like I need to seriously work on this. And I feel like ever since I had that reading done, I have made an intentional effort to open my heart and to be more open to love and to be more accepting of people loving me, because that's something I really struggle with, is allowing people to love me, is allowing people to show me affection and genuine care. And since having that reading, it really did help me. So if you guys feel like I'm not receiving love, like why? I want you to not literally blame yourself, but perhaps turn the mirror in on yourself and ask yourself, like, am I being open to love? Am I being receptive when people try to love me? Because at that time, I probably would have been like, of course I'm open to love. Of course I like want to experience a loving relationship. But in reality, like that wasn't the case. And I needed that person to put that mirror in front of my face in order for me to see that that's something I need to work on. So open your heart to those of you who have a closed heart. And to those of you who think that you don't have a closed heart, just ask yourself, examine. Okay, that's what I want to say. Wow. Okay. I found the dice. I love that I find the dice for the last reading. Let me get the other one here. I will roll the dice for this group. Ready, guys? See, patience. Those who wait. We have Sagittarius and Aries. Hello, Saggy. Hello, Aries. Taurus and Sagittarius. Capricorn and Libra. Hello. We have intense eyes. So this person we are talking about today may have very intense eyes. We have thick lashes, which I feel like it's always the people who don't need like thick lashes who have thick lashes. We have travel near. We have 2025. We have big eyes. We have stunning. We have strong legs. Ooh, I love that. We have ego. We have 1111, twin flame soulmate energy. We've got bippity boppity boo, blessings. Exceptional. We have eyes. So again, their eyes may be very intense. Their eyes may stand out to you initially. I think this is the number one thing that people notice, like upon looking at someone, is their eyes. So this person's eyes may be very stunning. We have fear. and adventurous, which the adventurous energy makes sense, you guys, based on the fact that I do think for a lot of you, there's going to be a need to move or significantly make changes in your life prior to meeting this person. I think you meeting this person is directly tied to this new beginning and potentially new opportunities that are coming into your life. So that is what I have for you guys, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Again, if you're wanting a personal reading, description box. Thank you. I love you so much, and I'm sending you hugs and kisses. Bye.